Hey there, Joy Seeker. I'm Jen Zingmark, your LDS life and divorce coach, here to help you navigate the challenges of divorce with faith, grace, and resilience. Today, I am discussing a topic that affects everyone navigating life after divorce, dealing with loneliness. I am also talking about how to embrace this new chapter in a way that helps you fill your life with meaning, find peace in the solitude that you're experiencing, and build hope for your future. Living alone after divorce can feel daunting, even overwhelming at times. But in this season of solitude, it doesn't have to be a time of loneliness. It can be an opportunity to reconnect with yourself, deepen your relationship with God, and learn to fill your life with purposeful, meaningful activities that bring you healing and joy. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm glad that you're here. Make sure you subscribe to my channel to get all of my latest videos. Now let's dive in. Let's talk about the difference between loneliness and being alone. There is a difference between being alone and being lonely. Being alone is simply a physical state. You're not in the presence of others. It is neutral and it doesn't necessarily have a positive or a negative meaning. And we all need time alone to reflect and recharge and focus on our personal, internal growth. Loneliness, on the other hand, is an emotional state. It's a feeling of isolation or disconnection. And here's the surprising thing. You can feel lonely even when you're surrounded by people. Loneliness is a feeling. It is an emotion that we feel in our bodies. And just like every other emotion, when we feel lonely, we can feel the emotion of loneliness and we can let it sit in our bodies. We can allow ourselves to feel the feeling and the sensations that come along with loneliness. We can notice it. We can pay attention to it, how it feels in our bodies and where we feel it, if we feel heaviness or we feel emptiness. And we can just allow ourselves to process it or feel it on purpose, to sit with it and accept it when it comes up. This is the way you allow yourself to feel the emotion of loneliness. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's just a feeling that you have in your body. Now, the pain of losing your partner and losing your spouse, being alone, and experiencing the loneliness after divorce is excruciating. And I know I have been there, friend. In addition to the loneliness after being divorced, many times you actually are living physically alone. You don't have your partner anymore. You may or may not have your children with you all the time, and you may spend a lot of your time alone. There is an emptiness that comes along with living alone and being alone. There definitely are times when you feel the emotion of loneliness. It comes over you like a wave and it grips you. And this is not unique to divorce. Many times in our lives, we experience loneliness if we've never been married, or we're widowed, or we're estranged from our spouse, even though we're still married. In each of these situations, there are two essential things to know. Loneliness is just an emotion that we feel, just like any other emotion, just like heartbreak or betrayal or sadness. You can feel it and allow yourself to feel it and not be afraid of it and still go on living your life. And number two, it is a normal, natural part of life to experience loneliness at times. It is part of the balance of our lives. We all have negative experiences and emotions, and it's part of the balance of life, and loneliness is one of them. So I want to challenge you to recognize that you have a choice. You can take proactive steps to embrace your alone time without letting it overwhelm you with loneliness. After divorce, it is common to feel lonely at times because many things about your life, your living arrangements, and your routines have changed. And perhaps The person that you relied on most for connection is no longer part of your life. Feeling these differences emotionally is normal. You need to give yourself time to transition and adjust, okay? Where you just expect things to feel different for a while. Maybe a month or 2 or 3 or 6 or even 9 months or a year is common and an acceptable amount of time to transition. So it's important to give yourself that transition time where you expect things to feel different for a while you're adjusting. Loneliness is part of life, and it's something we can experience at every stage of our lives, regardless of our age or our stage in life or our marital status. And the important thing you need to know is that you are responsible for filling your life and your time with good things and connecting with other people in meaningful ways. If you live alone or spend much of your time alone, we all desperately need human connection. The US Surgeon General did a study in 2020 on loneliness, and they reported that loneliness is an epidemic on par with tobacco use and obesity. Not only does it undermine physical and mental health, but it underpins many more pernicious ills in our society today, including addiction and violence and extremism and other forms. And the antidote to loneliness is human connection. So think about this, friends. The overall mortality impact of loneliness and isolation are on par with daily smoking and are even more significant than the mortality impact that we see from obesity. So it is important to your health, mentally and physically, to invest in social connections and build relationships that will help you be healthy in the long run and help you feel better in the short run. So, what can you do about it if you're living alone or experiencing loneliness after divorce or any time in your life? The answer is live alone with purpose and intention. Living alone after divorce is just an opportunity to fill your life and your time with meaningful, enriching activities. So I'm going to share 4 powerful ways that you can do this today. The first one is to fill your days and your time with purposeful activities. First, think about things that bring you joy. Think about things that maybe you've put aside for a while, maybe hobbies or interests that you haven't pursued, and try them. Try something new or pick up an old hobby or interest that you had, or find a pottery class or an art class or a photography class or a birding group. Try a new way to express your creativity and learn something new. This can give you energy and excitement that you need in your life while you're transitioning. Number 2, build new connections. While you don't have to constantly surround yourself with people to feel fulfilled, you do need to build meaningful relationships and connections in your life. So seek out friendships that support your growth and help you feel connected to a community. Volunteer or join a class or find ways to connect with people who share your interest. Number 3, create rituals for self-care. This is so important. Self-care routines can help you create peace and a sense of grounding, whether it's reading a book, taking a walk every day, or spending time journaling every day. These little rituals can be anchors in your life, reminding you of your strengths and giving you moments to reflect and recharge. And include exercise in your daily self-care routines. If you don't like aerobics class, then find a walking club or an ultimate frisbee course or hiking or water aerobics or pickleball, my favorite. There are literally hundreds of options, but exercise is vital to your mental and physical health. So find a way to get exercise every day. Number 4, seek peace and hope and joy by strengthening your faith. One of the most powerful ways to avoid loneliness is to turn to God in your journey. When we bring our struggles and our pain to the Lord, we allow ourselves to be held in His love, that a love that never fails. God understands our hearts and He knows exactly what we need, even if we're not exactly sure what we need. So, how can you build your faith during this time? Lean into prayer. Bring your feelings of loneliness or sadness to God. He can transform those feelings and comfort you with His Spirit. Second, seek peace in His Word. Read the scriptures and uplifting books and talks, and listen to podcasts and watch videos like this one. They can help remind you to turn to God and trust His promises and rely on His promises in your life. Next, surrender your healing to Him. He has a better plan for your life than what you had planned, and that He is helping you build a life that is full of joy and purpose, even if it looks different than what you thought it would. Healing doesn't happen overnight, but as you trust in God and build your faith in Him, then it will happen. And attend the temple. This is one of the most important ways that I deepened my faith and built up my trust in God, was by attending the temple regularly. You will receive healing and gain power as you serve in the temple. So, as I wrap up this video today, remember this: living alone after divorce does not mean that you have to feel lonely. When you fill your time with meaningful activities, build new connections with people, and lean on God for support, you will find peace and joy, even if you have more solitude than you had before. This season can be one of your life's most empowering and beautiful rebuilding chapters as you use this time to grow closer to God and deepen your relationship with Him. Let this be a time of discovery. Rediscover your interest and your resilience and your faith, and trust that God is working in your life and through you as you fill your life with things that bring you peace and joy. You are not alone. God is with you. He is by your side. You are never truly alone, even if you are living alone at this time. Remember, solitude can be a gift when you embrace it with intention and purpose, and with the goal of strengthening your faith. You are stronger than you know, and with God, all things are possible. Thanks so much for joining me today, friend. If this video has encouraged you, please like it and then subscribe to my channel, and make sure you hit that bell button to get all of my latest videos. And don't forget, God is with you in your divorce journey. He will help you find peace and joy as you turn to Him. So keep seeking truth and stay strong. You've got this, friend. Bye, y'all.